In the history of Christianity, few people changed the world as much as one man, Paul. He was once a feared persecutor of the faith. Later, he became one of the greatest missionaries in history. His story is one of radical transformation, unwavering purpose, immense sacrifice, and unshakable faith. Join us as we explore the incredible life of the Apostle Paul and uncover the powerful lessons his journey holds for us today. Before he was the great Apostle Paul, he was known as Saul of Tarsus. Born in a bustling Roman city, Saul was a man of impressive credentials. He was highly educated, a strict Pharisee deeply devoted to Jewish law, and a Roman citizen, which granted him special privileges. From a young age, Saul was zealous for his beliefs. He saw the followers of Jesus as a dangerous threat to the traditions he held so dear. In his mind, he was protecting God by stopping them. But this brings us to our first lesson. Zeal without truth can be dangerous. Passion is a powerful force, but if it isn't guided by truth and wisdom, it can lead down a destructive path. Saul's passion was sincere, but it was misdirected. Fueled by this misguided zeal, Saul became a fierce persecutor of the early Christians. He went from city to city, approving arrests and seeking to stamp out the new faith. He was even present when Stephen, the very first Christian martyr, was stoned to death, holding the coats of those who carried out the sentence. Saul genuinely believed he was doing the right thing, serving God with every action. But God had a very different plan for his life. And this is where we find another crucial lesson. People can change. No matter how far gone someone seems, never write them off. True transformation is always possible, often in the most unexpected ways. Saul was about to experience this firsthand. The turning point of his life happened on the road to Damascus, where he was heading to arrest more Christians. Suddenly, a light from heaven, brighter than the midday sun, flashed around him. Saul fell to the ground, blinded and stunned. Then he heard a voice say, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Confused, he asked who was speaking. The voice replied, "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting." In that single, breathtaking moment, Saul's entire world was turned upside down. He was left blind for 3 days, a time of darkness and deep reflection. Then, God sent a believer named Ananias to pray for him. As Ananias laid his hands on Saul, something like scales fell from his eyes, and his sight was restored. But more than his physical sight returned, he now saw the world, and himself, with spiritual clarity. Everything changed. The man known as Saul, the persecutor, became Paul, a devoted follower of Jesus Christ. This incredible event teaches us that God can use your past for good. Your mistakes don't disqualify you from your future. In fact, sometimes, your past is the very thing that prepares you for your unique purpose. Paul's knowledge of the scriptures and his passionate nature were not erased. They were redeemed and redirected for a greater mission. Immediately after his conversion, Paul's life took a dramatic new direction. He became a missionary, dedicating his life to spreading the good news of Jesus. He traveled thousands of kilometers across the ancient world, often by foot or by sea, enduring incredible hardships. His journeys took him through Asia Minor, across Greece, and eventually to the heart of the empire, Rome itself. Everywhere he went, he preached with boldness and planted new communities of believers, establishing churches that would become the bedrock of early Christianity. But this mission was anything but easy. Paul's life as a missionary was marked by intense suffering. He was beaten with rods, flogged, stoned and left for dead, and arrested multiple times. He was shipwrecked 3 times and spent a night and a day in the open sea. He faced constant danger from his enemies, rejection from his own people, and betrayal by those he trusted. Yet, through all of this, he never gave up. His faith didn't just survive these trials, it thrived. Even when locked away in a dark prison cell, he didn't wallow in despair. Instead, he wrote powerful letters to the churches he had founded, encouraging them to stay strong in their faith. These letters, filled with profound theology and practical wisdom, became books in our New Testament, like Romans, Corinthians, Philippians, and many others. His perseverance teaches us a vital lesson. Purpose is bigger than comfort. Following a great purpose will almost always involve great challenges. Don't quit when things get difficult. That's often when your purpose is being forged. So what were the core teachings that Paul was so passionate about? First, He taught that salvation is by grace through faith. It's a free gift from God, not something you can earn through good works or religious rituals. This was a revolutionary idea that opened the door of faith to everyone, not just a select few. Second, Paul emphasized that love is the greatest command. In his famous chapter on love, 1 Corinthians 13, he wrote that without love, all our faith, knowledge, and sacrifice are meaningless. Love is patient, love is kind, it always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Third, Paul was a master of teaching how to stay strong in hard times. His own life was a testament to this. From a Roman prison, he wrote the famous words, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." He taught believers to find joy not in their circumstances, but in their unchanging God. And finally, Paul consistently preached about the importance of unity. In a divided world, he called for believers to live in peace, humility, and harmony with one another, recognizing that they were all part of one body in Christ. If we distill Paul's extraordinary life into its main takeaways, we find timeless truths. First, your past does not define you. God is in the business of rewriting stories. Second, true change is possible. No one is beyond the reach of transformation. Third, stay faithful in difficult times. Challenges are not a sign of failure. They are often part of the journey. Fourth, love should be the guide for all your actions. Faith without love is incomplete. And fifth, live for a purpose greater than your own comfort. A life of purpose is a life of meaning. Paul's journey eventually led him to Rome, where he was imprisoned once again. Even under house arrest, he continued to preach, teach, and write, encouraging everyone who came to him. Church tradition holds that he was ultimately executed for his faith under the reign of Emperor Nero. He fought the good fight. He finished the race. He kept the faith. Paul the man may have died, but his message and his legacy never did. Today, nearly 2,000 years later, billions of people around the world continue to read his words and are inspired by his incredible story. Paul's life teaches us something profoundly powerful. A person can change, a life can have a purpose, and faith can overcome any fear or obstacle. His story is a reminder that your story is still being written. If a zealous persecutor like Saul could be transformed into the world-changing Apostle Paul, just imagine what you can become. Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores faith and history. We'll see you next time.